Welcome to Dr. Fred Markets. This is not financial advice. The gap between those who understand finance and those who don't is growing every year. Markets, crypto, artificial intelligence, they just require attention. You showed up today. You're on the right side of that gap. Let's make it count. Let's go.
America's electrical grid was cut off 13 million times last year. Here's why that could ignite a financial meltdown. Imagine living in the wealthiest country on Earth, but facing power cutoffs as regular as morning coffee. These outages should be your wake-up call to larger systemic issues. How do 13 million power cuts sneak in without headlines screaming? What's next when 13 million lights just go out? Let's dive into what that means for the US stock markets and crypto. The S&P 500, nudging down a mere 0.06%, might seem stable, but is it really? How can a market teeter on stability when parts of America slipped into the darkness over 1 million times per month? Our energy mismanagement is brewing its own storm. Imagine your air conditioning fails at the peak of summer and you're forced to switch off. Now map this to the larger financial ecosystem. Undelivered goods, halted production, rising inflation, a perfect trifecta for economic disaster. Think this under-the-radar energy crisis won't ripple through the stock market? Think again. Now over to Bitcoin. Prices took a 2.44% hit, landing at $76,736.66. A CoinDesk report warns that freezing dormant Bitcoin would trample this number into mere dust. A wild ride ahead, or just another crypto dog bark? What's captivating about dormancy, and when does it turn hazardous? Here's your chance to grasp the mechanics of Bitcoin's frozen assets. Have you ever pictured Bitcoin transactions shutting down, mirroring those terrifying power outages? Consider this. In a world where dormant Bitcoin accounts suddenly freeze, a monumental Bitcoin winter could be provoked by a reckless policy shift. Do you still believe traditional finance stands untouchable by cryptocurrency tremors? A chilling forecast, my friends. While Bitcoin gets its chill, Ethereum marked a 4.1% fall, sitting at 2,272.49 ounce. Within this market upheaval, what lessons lie buried? Perhaps a reminder of how volatile digital golden glows can tarnish. What if I told you Ethereum's drop is whispering secrets about its blockchain's computational might? And now for a gut-punching question. Big tech is eyeing a staggering $16 trillion fill-in-the-blanks earnings week. Imagine betting your college fund on a house of cards. How much longer can tech firms tap dance through fiscal minefields? Are today's juiced-up valuations tomorrow's black hole collapses? Behold the automotive industry's next frontier, beaming from Beijing to your driveway. Here's what the Beijing Auto Show flagged, a future revved with electric zeal. But here's an inconvenient whisper. How do grand electric ambitions thrive if power grids sleep on their own potential?
Does what you just heard make you want to learn more, to dig deeper, to ask better questions? That curiosity is exactly what separates people who understand finance from those who don't. Most people stop at the surface. You're going further. Let's continue.
At nearly 30% of all delivered words, remember from your past perceptions that this isn't the end. A gutting electricity outage in America or a chilling Bitcoin freeze, where does all this lead? Stay tuned, because shocks bound within energy, tech, and crypto could soon crack open all at once. Now back to markets. Nvidia managed a slight bump by 1.2% to 276. Could meticulous GPU performance hedge Nvidia against unraveling systemic risks? More than mere survival, this emphasis safeguards Nvidia against larger systemic risks, including 6-digit figure outages or blockchain breakdowns. Let's talk teaching moments. How does decentralized currency differ from your Apple Pay? Absence of central authority. Power's just another factor, but in crypto, it's the networks of millions powering it. When those networks stick or slip, who shoulders the blame for monetary decay? Could decentralized platforms mold future financial resilience? Here's a bitter question. America boasts land of the free rhetoric, yet how free are those 13 million powerless incidents? Time to confront ugly truths: systemic neglect, opacity in resource management, and misplaced confidence in fiscal immunity. We sit hearts in hands as big tech's prolific earnings float or sink, never acknowledging opportunities missed from these blackouts. We're on a precipice of disregarded dark possibilities. To wrap it up boldly, here's your 3-point rewind. First, the reliability of our infrastructure sits at a crossroads. It's not just about circuits failing, it's the signaling of a broader economic vulnerability when the lights won't turn on. Second, dormant Bitcoin won't just sleepwalk into stability. Frozen accounts could lead to abrupt downward spirals. And third, Nvidia may maneuver slight gains, but aren't bigger questions clouding future market stability. Stay ahead. Energy-feeble analysts naively filed far away from cryptographic expertise, and passive investors may breathe easy now, but you can't. Don't count on the market to stabilize independently. Power lies with informed action. So, will you blink at an impending wave or paddle seaward eyes wide? Hold firm and navigate strategically in these turbulent times. Remember, complacency and misinformation can shackle your financial growth. Forge a future where your assets are not just surviving but thriving. Continually educate yourself, scrutinize patterns, and leverage insights to harness market potential, turning volatility into opportunity. Ignite curiosity and empower your financial journey. This is not financial advice. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and check the links in the first comment below.
That's it for today on Dr. Fred Markets. I hope this gave you clarity and a new perspective. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research. If you found this useful, subscribe. It's free and it helps the channel grow. Find me on the blog at drfredmarkets.com and join the newsletter via the link in bio. I'm Dr. Fred Markets. See you in the next one.